Yo, what's good, people? We are here with part 42 of Condensed Chaos by Hines. Your daily dose of gnosis, witches, wizards, warlocks, magicians, magus, and magi. Let us continue. What are we on? Symbols, the language of the deep mind. Let's go. Now, road signs are a good example of the immediacy of symbols. Imagine the chaos that would ensue if road signs were all composed of words. Symbols are defined as non-linguistic graphic figures which represent a more abstract quality, idea, principle, or concept. In terms of the iceberg analogy, they are encapsulations of experiences which contain, bound into their structure, emotions, memories, and other associations, all of which can be freed when the symbol is focused upon. Symbols play an important role in magic, as they are the common language which is shared by both the waking awareness and the deep mind. Magical systems are bodies of technique and frameworks for ordering experience, with recourse to specific sets of symbols which gradually become embedded in the deep mind. Magical exercises, for example, meditation on tarot card images, serve to fix symbols in our minds, and the deep mind often clothes itself in those symbols to communicate insights and information to the waking mind. Some magical symbols, such as the pentagram and hexagram, for example, appear in many different cultures. It does appear that some symbols are universal in that the understanding of them is not limited to cultural barriers. The power of symbols is that they give access to strata of the deep mind with the immediacy and intensity that written or spoken language cannot. They bring into awareness vast amounts of information which may be too abstract or complex to process semantically. They can also be used to tap memories of experience that has very powerful emotional associations, which are brought into awareness when the symbol is focused upon. Although symbols are usually thought of as graphic designs, there are other carriers of information which can be thought of as types of symbol. These symbols are media which have a very powerful effect on us, although we are not always aware of it, and carry associations which are brought into awareness, or at least stirred, when we encounter them. Such media have a very important role in magical practice, and examples are sound, smell, and colour. Graphic symbols. The design of graphic symbols in magic is very much part of the glamour and mystery the occult has for many people. Books full of weird symbols and figures which are purported to have all kinds of mysteries, inherent powers, and geometric figures chalked on the floor to summon demons. Examples of graphic figures can be found in many magical textbooks and fall into three categories. 1. Those which derive from magical or religious systems. 2. Those constructed by the magician for a specific purpose. And 3. Figures which arise from the deep mind. The first category includes the type of figures referred to above, examples of which include astrological and planetary symbols, geometric patterns such as the pentagram and secret alphabets. It is generally held that personally designed, i.e. sigils, or, as in the third case, discovered symbols, are more beneficial than using someone else's symbols, as the former will have more personal associations and reflect the user's psychocosm more accurately than anything from a book. If you are already assimilating magical symbol systems, however, there is no reason why you shouldn't incorporate them into Servitor design. Again, this comes down to personal preference. Number 4. Is there a time factor to consider? Here, you should consider the duration of the Servitor's operation. In other words, do you want the Servitor to be working continuously or only at specific periods? Here, you may wish to take into account phases of the moon, astrological conjunctions, or planetary hours, for example, which could be added into the Servitor's symbolic instructions. The healing Servitor above, for example, was instructed to be active for a period of 7 days, affecting its target recipient for 7 minutes at 7-hour intervals. This instruction serves to reinforce the number symbolism and association with harmony. It is also at this point that you should consider what happens after the servitor has performed its task. Generally, there are two forms of servitor: those which are task-specific and those which have a general-purpose nature. For the moment, though, I'll concentrate on task-specific servitors. These are servitors which are created for a specific task, such as the example of the healing servitor, created to work on a particular person. It is generally held to be preferable that when a servitor has completed its task, the servitor should be disassembled by its creator. There are two approaches to doing this. Firstly, one can encode a self-destruct instruction into the servitor at the time of its creation, where the duration of its existence is defined in terms of the duration of its task or the fulfillment of a specific condition. For example, the healing servitor could be defined so that its sigillized statement of intent is to promote rapid recovery and health in such and such's name, working at 777 intervals, the sum of which is the spell of your life. We're going to stop it there, and we will return tomorrow with more Condensed Chaos.